What's up, my pilots? Angryponcho here. We're back playing Minecraft Feed the Beast. Alrighty, so updates. Firstly, let's go over here and take a look at the forest. Because in between videos, I got a tip from Ghostblood actually a couple weeks ago, and I just realized that it applied. I remembered what he told me, and it turns out that rubber trees, the kind that you use a tree tap on to collect sticky resin, these kind of trees, are not really complicated in how they work, so they don't need to have their leaves. So I cut off all the leaves off of these rubber trees so that more of the trunk is exposed, because any place on the trunk has potential to get a sap spot like this, and it's only from these spots that we can actually get the sticky resin to make rubber. And it's a precious commodity at this point because I still don't have an automatic farm for it. So showing more of these branches, I guess you can call them, they're more like trunks, gives us more opportunities to spot places where we can get rubber. And as you can see, you can look around here and there's a ton of them that you can probably a dozen or so that we just glance around and see. And they regenerate fairly quickly. So what I discovered is that they also have a respectable drop rate in terms of saplings. Apparently it's lower than normal trees, but it's still above replacement. So if by that I mean, if you cut down one tree, you get an average of one or more saplings, so you can replace that tree. And for these, since I didn't have to actually cut down the trees, I just cut the leaves down with my chainsaw, which was really fast and tons of fun. So I got tons of leaves and a bunch of saplings, and so I took those saplings, planted them, used bone meal to get them to grow, and in this version of Minecraft, it only takes one click with the bone meal. It still works all the time, I think. Whereas, and then in new versions, you have to try a few times. Remember, we're playing in 1.4.7, so that's why I don't use the 1.5 crafting updates, and I don't use nether quartz or any of the other things that have changed, like the bone meal differences. I don't know what else. I'm not really following it. Anyway, yeah, so I planted more saplings, grew them, cut their leaves, and then planted the saplings I got from them, and so on and so on. And so now I have maybe 50, maybe more, rubber trees out here. And what I do is I just grab 4 or 5 tree taps, and I run out here and use them up. I think each tree tap gets you about half a stack of rubber. So that's my solution, for now at least, to the shortage of rubber. And now we've got extra, because I've been collecting a bunch of it. But here's the news you're probably more interested in. The Quarry! It's finished! Believe it or not. I let it run. I've been playing a lot. I haven't done any new technologies. I always do those. Well, I did one thing, but I made barrels, but you'll see. But other than that, no, I don't really do any new technologies off video. I just use the ones we have and basically do more of the same. So there are a few things I should say about quarries that I forgot to mention. Let's go down there. They dig all the way to the bedrock, but they can't dig through lava source blocks. So check out right here. This was a lava pool. It's been turned to obsidian by having water on top of it. And so basically what you want to know is that if you're going to use a quarry, if it got down to this area and hit a lava pool, it wouldn't be able to mine any of the stuff underneath that. And so we would have missed about a quarter of the bottom part here. So what you want to do is when you start your quarry, let it dig for a row or two, and then in the corner of the quarry put a water block, and that'll spread out. And then as it continues to dig further and further down, the water will eventually spread out and cover the entire top of the quarry. And then it'll all run straight down from there. And the quarry has no problem working underwater, so it doesn't slow it down or anything. But the water does fall down each time a new block is mined away, and so it fills the whole quarry up, and any caves that it happens to run into. But the real effect of this is that the water will land on top of any exposed lava, and will turn it to obsidian, which the quarry has no problem mining. In fact, quarries mine obsidian much faster than even an advanced diamond drill does. Which, by the way, is a bit quicker than a pickaxe, so that's nice. I don't even want to keep it. I can get it that easily now. So yeah, so that's what I did, and it goes all the way to the bedrock. Now, when I did the world gen for this world, I selected the flat bedrock option, which means that rather than the bedrock varying between 0 and 4 and having a jagged surface on the bottom, it's all just perfectly flat bedrock at height 2. You can see that my coordinates are always there. They're over here in the map that goes away when I try and put my cursor on it. Yeah, so there you go. That's our first quarry, and it was real successful. I haven't gotten the stuff from the sides yet, and there's actually I did get some I actually did collect some resources from the sides. That's why there's these little pockets that are missing. I got all the good stuff, basically, but there's still some zirconium and a couple shards hanging out. But, you know, no worries there. I'm not probably not going to even get them. So here's the goodies. This is the good chest here. Look at all that cobble! Wow! So it turns out this is actually only like 1 barrel worth of cobble. And I'll show how to make barrels in a minute. But basically, they hold only... They're like chests, but they only hold one kind of item. But they hold a lot of it. So a barrel of something will hold 64 stacks. So that's about... All this cobblestone is about a barrel and a quarter. Because you can imagine 64 stacks as being like an 8 by 8 square, which would be like this much over here, and then just a few rows are missing. So it's a lot of cobblestone, to be frank. I think by mass, or rather by volume, I suppose, by number of little cubes, the Minecraft world is probably like more than 2/3 cobblestone. There's a lot of cobblestone down there. It's crazy. Like, I mean, even compared to dirt, it's like 10 times as much dirt as there's dirt, and then the gravel is just a tiny portion compared to even to the dirt. It's like a third. So that's crazy. And of course, there's not very much of each ore. So I feel like Minecraft is just a lot of cobblestone when you get down to it. Actually, it might be mostly air and then cobblestone. If you want to get technical, they are actually blocks that do things. Anyway, but here's the good stuff. So this is one, I believe it was a 10 by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's something like 10, yeah. I think it's actually square. So that's a 10 by 10 space. We started at height 71 and went down to height 2. So that's 100 times 69, 6,900. Yeah, that sounds right. 6,900 blocks, potential blocks. Some of those were probably air, because there's a couple caves that it hit. And then there's that space with the lava. So it's something less than 6,900 blocks of stuff here. And again, it's mostly cobble, but there's some good stuff. So we got half stack of obsidian, some iron, gold, only 10 tin. I was looking for more tin. Copper, silver, lead, got lots of aluminum, ferrous, 1 tungsten, some cinnabar. No bauxite, which makes me sad, because I was hoping that this being a forest biome, we would hit some bauxite. But, no luck. I did do a little, where did I put it, I wonder? Where did I leave you? Secret test tunnel? There you are. Oh no, wait. Where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. I dug a little... This is a mess, isn't it? Wow. Hey, coal! Alright, I'm not going to spot it by chance, I don't think. But I dug a little test tunnel straight down to see if there were any caves. Because I basically did I tested the waters, if you will, to see if we would run through a bunch of caves, because I didn't want to do a quarry that would just hit tons of caves. It's sort of... I didn't want my first quarry to be that inefficient. I wanted to try and get some stuff out of this. How did I come up with less cobble? Or less... Let's see, will this be enough? Should be exactly right. Okay, cool. Look at that. Let's go take a nap, shall we? So there's our first quarry. I'll do the moving of resources between videos, but what we can do is wonder why Minecraft is lagging. Why is it doing this? I don't understand. It only lags when I use fraps, and it doesn't seem to be at all affected by what I'm doing. Alrighty then. Hopefully that's the last of that silliness. I don't understand why it does that. It gets all freaked out and starts lagging whenever I turn fraps on. It's only been doing this for the past 2 episodes. It's never happened before that, except for the very first time we recorded. I don't know what it is that it's doing that's causing the problem, but I'll look into it. Yeah, so we got a good bit of ore, and then some junk, a bunch of zirconium and shards. I don't know what these are good for yet, so they're still junk to me. Stack and a half of coal. That's cool. That's good. I like lots of coal. Uranium, and then 1 green sapphire. Flint, a couple slime balls. And we actually got 2 bees, a rocky princess and a valiant drone. Don't really know what those are going to be good for, but yeah, some nickelite and some redstone, and lots of cobble. So I've actually been digging another quarry. If you're wondering why none of the stuff is here, and I'm going to show you the setup I'm using for that quarry. It's Can you guess where it is? I feel like I'm in an episode of Dora the Explorer. Where's the quarry? Where is it? Oh, okay. All right, you guessed right. Good job. Swiper no swiping and all that. Yep, here it is. It's underneath the island, like I said it would be, right? And it's large. This was a much bigger quarry, and it took forever. So I did a little photo slideshow. I took a bunch of screenshots while I was doing this, because it was the same as the other quarry, it just bigger, and I sort of photographed the steps as we went along. So please enjoy this narrated slideshow. So I started by putting in the landmarks, and then when I threw the quarry down and started giving it power, I watched as it removed the first layer, and then the second, and then the third. It was interesting to see the room we had dug out get systematically removed. That was pretty cool. I only used 2 electrical engines to power the quarry. That seemed like enough power. It was chugging along. Actually, I think we used 3, but it was just chugging along just fine. Big quarry, so it's taken a while, but no big deal. And then finally, it got around to putting in the frame once it cleared off the area, and then started digging along as usual. And I remembered to put water in the corner, and watch as that slowly spread across the whole area. And then just let it run for a while, and eventually I went swimming in it to take a look and see how far down it had gotten. It was almost done. So I waited to see, and then when it was finished, it just sort of pulled the drill up in the corner like this and just let it sit there. And then I removed the water blocks and just waited for it to all fade away. And then what's left is what you see here. And that's what I did on summer vacation. Wow, wow! I just thought of that, and it's actually completely true. I'm actually on summer vacation. This is my last summer vacation ever before I go to work. Anyway. So here it is, the magic of the quarry. I don't know if I don't think I explained the setup in those pictures, so let me do that now. Here are the solar panels. So I have lots of solar panels now. It turns out that this is sort of it's not a self-fulfilling prophecy. What's the phrase? Self-propagating, self-begetting? I don't know. More solar panels beget solar panels, to say it in a phrase. So once you have a couple, you can just let them charge for a while, and then you get plenty of energy. This is actually 29 up here. And some other on the end. Yeah, so you got 29 solar panels, the 6 generators, and the 4 semi-fluid generators, and they're all just funneling through these MFEs, which are actually currently full. I have that much solar power that I have 2 MFEs that are getting full on me. They've gotten full a couple times before, and I've been just electrolyzing things and using the power like you're supposed to. Let me go ahead and grab some silicon cells. So I've been getting these silicon cells from electrolyzing sand or clay dust, actually, which you have to make clay blocks and then macerate. And sand you can just throw right in, but it takes 16 at a time, and you don't get as much silicon. You only get 1 instead of the 2. So let's just throw 8 of these in here. You know what? 10. 12 actually. Anyway, so there you go. That'll run through and burn out some of this power. So, and I've been recharging my jetpack with it too. The solar helmet doesn't actually do that much for us. Oh wow, we're freezing up again. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna see if it fixes itself. I don't know if it's loading a chunk or what. If I bring up the map, can I? Nope, I can't do anything. This is horrible. What the heck is going on with this stuff? Alrighty then, once again. Yeah, so, where was I? Yeah, so solar panels beget solar panels, and once the power gets filled up, I throw them in the industrial blast furnace. More silicon cells make silicon plates, which makes more solar panels. And I'd have even more solar panels than I do now if it weren't for me running out of resources. I actually have a run out of copper and tin. It's awful. So that's why I went ahead and started this other quarry. I was building more and more solar panels and just thinking, I'm just running out of resources. I can't believe it. I thought it was going to be a problem getting more EU, but then I actually got enough EU for my solar panels that I had plenty of power. Alrighty then. Ugh, it's lagging like crazy. Let's get back to what I was saying. Solar panels beget solar panels, and so once I had a couple, they generated the EU that allowed me to blast the silicon for the rest of them. And I'm going to continue to make more and more and more. Right now the limiting factor is copper and tin, so that's why we have the quarries. So let me show you all the stuff that we got out of this quarry. You've already seen the slideshow, so you know exactly sort of how it all went together. Exactly, sort of. But here's the output. So each of these is a barrel full of cobblestone. All of them. So barrels are pretty cool. Basically, it's in a crafting grid. It's logs around in a U shape, and then a slab in the top, a wooden slab, and that makes a barrel. So they're more expensive than chests, but they hold more. So here we have a barrel of cobblestone. And again, they only hold one kind of thing. So what you can do is if you click on them with an empty hand, you'll read how much stuff is in there. If you left click, you'll pick up a stack of whatever's inside. You can right click to put it back in. So, it's left to take it out, right to put it in, right again to read it. And then if you try and right click with something in your hand, you'll try and put it in, but you can't put stuff in if it's not carrying that kind of thing. It'll just tell you what's in it. So we got, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9, just about 9 barrels full of cobblestone. It's a lot of cobblestone. That's 9 times as much as the other quarry. And then a half barrel of dirt, a stack of sand, 24 stacks of gravel, 60 stacks, almost a whole barrel of marble, and then the sandstone. And then here's the good stuff. Okay, so firstly, tons of obsidian, which is just sweet. These are useful because it's part of the diamond making machine that I want to get to eventually. And then here's some more. Here's the other useless stuff, basically. I got a bunch of bees. I don't know what to do with bees yet, so I'm just going to hang on to them. And then a bunch of zirconium, crystals, shards. This is amber. This is stuff I don't really know what to do with. Lapis is in there, too. And then just junk, mob drops. I sorted these by hand, by the way. And then here's some ores. Look at it. So we got 3 stacks of iron, exactly. Some gold, more than a stack of copper. Not even a stack of tin. Tin is rare. I have to be careful how I use my tin from now on. I didn't realize how rare it was. And I got some silver, some galena, some aluminum, got some bauxite, cinnabar, ferrous, lead, tungsten, and monazite. So we got all kinds of stuff in here. And then in here, we got 9 diamonds. That's nice. That's not a very good return rate, though, because this quarry had tons of caves running through it. So it was a lot of air, a lot of marble, and not a whole lot of good stuff, to be honest. They're probably better. This is probably like the worst we could expect from a quarry. It was tons of caves. And some of it were caves that we'd actually already explored and taken the minerals out of. So this is garbage compared to what we'll usually get from a quarry, hopefully. But we did get 6 stacks of coal, some uranium, diamonds, sapphires, rubies, emeralds. Actually, these should be called emeralds, but they're we already have emeralds. Flint, nickelite, redstone. So there's some good stuff here. I'm definitely pleased with the results from this. But so the setup, I don't think was. Yeah, I was going to explain the setup. That's right. So this is the system that I've found to work. So the quarry block itself is right here. It has to be adjacent to a corner of the quarry, so I stuck it right there. And then I put a electrical engine facing each of the other 3 faces that are available, and then put a redstone torch underneath them, just so they're constantly powered and they pump away like they're supposed to. And then for each electrical engine, I put 3 pieces of copper wire down, and no more than 3, or you'll start to lose power to signal degradation over the wire's length. So the longer a copper wire gets, the less EU it actually puts through. And you can get perfect conduction if you only use 3 blocks at a time. So 1, 2, 3, and then on top of that, and to the side of it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 solar panels. So each of these engines only takes in 6 EU per tick, so there's no point in having more than 6 solar panels per engine. So I have exactly 6. And I do the exact same thing for the other 2. There's the engine, 3 wires, 6 solar panels. So the solar panels can be on top of the wire or they can be next to it. No big deal. And then here's the 3rd engine here. Now this one... Huh. Oh, this one seems to have an extra piece of wire under it, but it's not losing anything from that. I wonder why. They were earlier. I had it so that they... Yeah, there. Yeah, see, look at that! See the current output? Was fluctuating... Oh. Why did they all... What? Why did it stop? Oh, it's nighttime. That's probably what was going on just now. I'm like, wait a minute, why isn't anything working? Let me go take a nap here. Yeah, so I had to restart my computer to get rid of all that weird lag stuff. I have no idea what was causing that. So, not a clue. Let me get back over here. Because I may have actually made a mistake in putting this together, because I thought I had lined these all up just right. So this should have a constant 2 MJ going into it. Okay, well it looks like 4 wires might be okay in some conditions. Because you want the current output here to be a constant 2 MJ. And this stands for Minecraft joules, I think. So, yep. It looks like we're not losing anything here. It's only a few blocks of copper. So yeah, I guess 4 is alright as well. But either way, the 3 of those together mean you're getting a total of 6 MJ going into the quarry, which is not very much. There are buildcraft machines that make a lot more power than that. So this quarry went fairly slow. It took a long time to come together. But basically I just did other things. I waited for a while and made more solar panels. I put in the glass. I first off had to put the landmarks in, but you'll see the photos of that, I think. And then I spent some time just watching it run, just because it's interesting at the very beginning to see how it clears the space and all that. And then I was going out and planting rubber trees and organizing the stuff from the other quarry and just sort of looking at what we had. Yeah, so basically we're in a good position now because the future is bright, and by bright I mean lots of solar panels. So my plan now, the next step, I think, is to take advantage of this quarry. The whole reason I dug a big quarry right underneath our island, this is just 1 block thick of dirt right here. So it's not a whole... my spacebar didn't go in for a second there. I don't know what that was. So the reason I dug this whole thing down here is so that we can fill it in and use it as basically, I don't know, some kind of building? I have no idea how I want to decorate this or anything right now. But I'm considering a few materials, one of which is marble brick, another is stone brick, but I'm not sure what I want to do. So all I'm going to do next is fly around my jetpack and collect all the ores that are really obvious, stuck on the sides of the quarry. And then I'm going to fill in all the spaces. I'll probably delve into a couple of these caves and see if there's any minerals nearby. Just check it out. And I'll throw some torches in there too, so the chunks are lit up. I guess if everyone want to make a grinder or something like that, I'll make sure to light up the caves around here. And then I'm going to fill in the sides where there are holes or anything else. I'm going to make them entirely out of smooth stone. And then I'm going to let the quarry degenerate itself and remove all these little pieces here, which I actually could go ahead and do, I think. We can pick up the quarry with a drill, right? I believe that's what we learned. Yeah. So we'll pick her up, let her go ahead and start chip-chopping away. Little pieces of the frame will start disappearing here. And once all this is cleared away, I'm going to make repairs to the island. I'm going to fill in this corner with dirt again. I had to open it up to the solar panels. And I'm going to make the corner of the island proper again. And basically neaten up the big mess that we've made. And fill in the empty space down here with all the dirt that I've got now. And then we'll just try to come to some kind of conclusion in the comments as to what kind of building I want to put in here. So this can be all filled up with space, and I don't feel the need to fill it all up now. I'm sure I'll have lots of things that I want to do with it, but there are a few requirements that I want to have. I want to have these glass panels, the lights, be able to go through all the way down to bedrock, otherwise it'll get really hard to see down in the lower floors. Not just because of the low lighting, but because without sunlight down there you get void fog. So I want sunlight to get all the way from the top down to bedrock. And I'm not just going down, I also want to go up. So this is sort of just the foundation of what I want to make. I'm going to clean this all up because it needs to be a good canvas for us, but then on top of the island, I also want to have some kind of building. I still haven't figured out exactly what I want to do. Like, if I make it out of marble, should I do like Roman columns, or should I make like an office-style building with lots of glass on the sides? And I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with it. I know I want to have a rooftop covered in solar panels, and I want that to be my primary power source. So, I don't know. Maybe I won't go up yet. I don't know. I'm still I'm on the fence about a lot of things about my ideas for this. I have a few designs in mind, but I don't know if any of them are actually that good. So, if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Let me know what I should do with this space. The few things that I know I want to have is some hidden technology, basically. I want all this stuff that's out in the open here to be back in a room somewhere. And I want just the interface to be just a couple chests and some signs. So it's really easy to use, and you don't have to deal with the wiring and messing with it by hand every time you want to do something with one of the machines. So I want it all to be very automated, with a very clean interface. I want this building to be a Mac computer, basically. So no decisions to be made, just using the interface. And I also want it to look good, so I don't know what to build it with. Like I said, stone bricks or marble bricks. I don't know. If you haven't seen the marble bricks, let me get a stack of those, please. I'll show you what they look like. Just sort of like the regular stone bricks, except whiter. So if I could build with a combination of these and the gray stone, perhaps, maybe alternating floors or a spiral. I don't know. So there's that material, and there's also regular stone. But I don't know. I'm still making decisions about this. I haven't really figured out what it is I want to do. So leave some stuff in the comments for me, and give me some ideas about this building, because I think between now and next time, all I'm going to do is clean this place up and try and make some more solar panels, basically. So now that I have all this tin, I can make solar panels, because in the solar panel recipe, where's the tin coming in? So I needed the rubber. I needed the rubber to make the circuits that go down here. I needed the tin to make generators, because I needed to be able to make rechargeable batteries. Basically, that was what it took. I needed to make batteries. So it's 4 tin per solar panel, which is not a whole lot. Like, the expensive stuff is the silicon plates, but I have like a stack of these now. I have a ton of them. And carbon plates are cheap, it just costs a lot of coal. It just takes time and it takes coal. So they're not expensive in terms of EU or anything. So, and then of course the circuits are expensive because they take all this copper and rubber to make. But hopefully a rubber farm will give us tons of that. And this quarry gave us a decent amount of rubber. So what I'm going to do in between videos, I'm also going to take all of the minerals and stuff out of these chests and put them away somewhere. So I guess a good next thing to do, after I finish all the stuff I just described, would be maybe the diamond making machine, or maybe an auto sorting thing. But I think I need diamonds for that. So I think the next goal would be a diamond making machine. Also on the table are still thinking about automatic farms, because it would be better than having to do it by hand for sure. I'm not going to ever need automatic food farms, because you don't need that much food. Like one 5x5 plot of potatoes would keep you fed forever. It's no big deal. So that's all the food we'll ever need, really. But automatic farms still a good idea. And I'm also going to start another quarry. I'm going to take all this stuff that I've got down here and I'm going to put it somewhere else. I don't know exactly where yet. Probably going to go out into the forest there. Because it doesn't take that much to... Or maybe I'll go to the red cobble biome. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll go over there and go down to the bedrock, maybe a 20 by 20, just to see what we can get in the red cobblestone biome. So it'll go a little faster than here. But one way or the other, that's where we're at right now. If you have any suggestions of other technologies I should be heading towards, or whatever else I should be doing that I'm obviously too stupid to think of myself, leave them in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Let's Play Minecraft. Feed the Beast.